What's up and welcome back. This is why you should be paying attention to Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra. Not to be confused with Genkidama. Gekishin Squadra is a new squad-based gameplay format for the Dragon Ball franchise, bringing 4v4 competition where you fight against NPCs, gods of destruction, and other players for a chance to claim the Dragon Ball and win the competition. Standard Battle and Quick Battle plays similar to League of Legends or Dota, however Quick Battle won't affect your rank. Land Grab plays similar to Halo's Land Grab or King of the Hill. First team to 500 wins. And Finders Keepers is a new asymmetric scavenger hunt game taking place in Pilaf's castle where you have to find the treasure chest before the other team kills you. One interesting detail about the homeworld is that it follows Goku's adventures through Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. The style also feels very similar to the homeworld in Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I also like how they use figurines for the character models on the Heroes page. Each figure comes with a stand, an accent piece, and a Dragon Ball. A nod to the fact that the Omni King created this game for his entertainment, much like the Tournament of Power. Helpers are assist characters, and they can only be selected by a character of the same color, red, green, or blue. The color of the box around each character shows you what type they are. When you select each character, you can see their stats, attacks, and how difficult it is to use each character. As well, if you select the details, you can see the specifics about how to use each attack and some details that might be able to help you during combat, especially if you're going into a new character that you haven't played before. Another aspect of customization is the visuals. You can customize the outfit as well as the finisher attack, as well as start animation, victory animation, and the MVP animation. Moving on to the next mechanic, of course there are gacha features in this game, as traditional to most Bandai and anime games these days. So you use your gems, which are in the upper right corner, to unlock more animations as well as outfits. So with these gacha mechanics, you can't actually unlock characters. You do that by buying them in the shop. But this will allow you to unlock new MVP animations, finisher animations, and intro animations. So there are different types, the regular, rare, as well as some epic. But there are also other animations, such as the legendary summoning animation, which is represented by the rainbow. You can summon as many times as you want as long as you have enough gems or capsules, but if you have items that you've already unlocked, then you'll get these EX coins, and you'll see what those are useful for later. But looking at the other type of gacha summon, this one is for the costumes that we spoke of earlier. So those last capsules were only for the animations. These are only for costumes as far as I've seen. So pretty cool, and again, you can do a single summon or a multi-summon. The next thing we're going to look at is the shop. So there are different tabs above, so you can see recommended daily heroes, skins, and EX tokens, which we spoke of before. You can also just scroll to the side. Here you can buy anything that you need. These are just daily recommendations, so these hero memories are useful for upgrading the character, so I just went ahead and got that for Vegeta. But as you can see, I've already bought all the characters as well as their skins. The only ones that I haven't bought are these super rare skins, and these require EX tokens, which I only have 905. As you can see below, you need at least 1,000 for these outfits, so I think I was only able to secure one. Just like we spoke about upgrading your characters with those hero memories in the shop, I'm going to demonstrate how to upgrade your character. So when you have enough hero memories, you can raise the star level of each individual character, and when you do that, it raises your overall star level. When that happens, you get several bonuses depending on how many star levels you've reached. So as you can see, I used my bonus to give Bojack 5,000 hero memories. So needless to say, he can be upgraded several times over. So I just go through and do that for every single character, and raise all of their levels to 2. But with that said, let's move on to a battle. Here are the different types that we mentioned before. Typically I just select any. After selecting your role, it'll take you back to the main screen and load, and the interesting thing is he's Super Saiyan now, whereas before he was base form. There will be a countdown from 10, and every single player has to hit enter to confirm that they're ready to join, otherwise it'll kick you out back to the main menu. After joining, you'll have a divine draw, which gives you 2 random passive effects. After entering, you get to select your character based on the role that you selected. Since I selected any, I have the technical role that you can see based on the color below. Blue being technical, red being damage, and green being tank. After selecting your character, you can select your assist or your helper, and you hit confirm, and that locks you in. You have a timer counting down to the start of the match, but a fun fact is, in the lower left hand corner, you can see which side you're starting on and which direction you're moving in. So if you're ever curious like I am, then you can just check that. And you'll start from left to right, being top to bottom. So if you're curious where you land on the map, you'll be top to bottom, going left to right. So for my case, I will be at the top, and Caulifla will be at the bottom, and we're going to be going left. But with that said, this is going to be a full match with minimal commentary except where necessary. This is a full match, and I'll explain everything as far as my thought process, the strategy and technique. So please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Let's get started. But before we get started, I want to pause here and look at all the icons on the map. So again, you can see your frames per second, you can hit tab, you see the timer, you can see the map. The purple shaded areas are where you cannot go until you defeat the gods of destruction. The enemy gods of destruction are the red icons, and your gods of destruction are the blue ones. You can't see the opponent unless they're visible. Here are the teammates and opponents. You can see their levels as well as your teammates' health, and then you can see the cards that you get when you level up, and you can select P to upgrade those. Those will be random. Y stabilizes the map. B returns you to your original base, and these are the different skills that you can have. You can change how you activate those. F is your flash step. T, G, and H are how you communicate with your teammates. So with that said, we're going to get into the match. So you have the NPCs. I highly recommend that you attack them whenever possible because it levels you up. So if you can see, the number above my head is my level. When you defeat an opponent, you level up to 2 now, or whatever level is above. So when you level up, you gain new skills. So if you see the locked skills below, when I defeat this opponent, I've selected to automatically upgrade my skills. So it'll unlock the skills based on a set order automatically, but you can do that yourself if you want. So here I'm going to go into the grass because it hides me. I'm waiting for the opponents to come so I can ambush them, and I go for a solar flare on Krillin. So again, me and my teammate are attacking these guys, but they're doing a lot of damage. So I'm trying to run away, but you get stun locked when you get hit. So I didn't do a very good job of getting away, and now I am going back to the base station. So as you can see on the map above and the upper left, Goku is behind me, so he also died. So we're gonna go back, and for some reason this Krillin is kind of stuck, so I just take advantage of that and attack him. I don't know what's going on, but that's a free kill for me. So again, I'm just attacking whatever NPCs I can. If I go in the grass, again, this is one of those divine draws that I got, so it actually hides you when you're next to your god of destruction, but no one is actually attacking the god of destruction. So when they do, you have to try to protect them. But in this case, I'm just waiting for the opponents, and again, the enemy team has approached us. He doesn't have his partner, so me and Goku are taking him out as much as we can, but he's back on his god of destruction's base, so he is actually getting healed, and I am going down again, and the time to recover increases the more you die. So I return, and Goku is still out there, but it looks like he is dead. He's reviving, so if you see, he is now back alive. So I'm gonna try to kill that robot because he the bigger opponents, the bigger NPCs give you more of a boost. So again, we're moving in, noticing that the map, again, Zeno is attacking our God of Destruction, so we don't actually get any healing, and the opponents can come and try to kill our God of Destruction. So we're attacking him to make sure he can't get our God of Destruction, taking his health down pretty low, and there's actually 3 of his friends, so I unleashed that, but that is very hard for me to maneuver. So it controls your camera whenever you use that specific move from Krillin. I'm low on health, so I'm going to try to get out of there fast as possible and go back to my God of Destruction. When you sit underneath them, then you get healing from their Whis or whatever. So I'm doing as much damage as I can, but again, it's 2v1, so I kind of back off. And I try to come in and attack whenever I can. Goku's back, so I'm going back for healing because I'm low on health. But I do want to go back and help him as soon as I can. Goku is recovering again. And Bojack is actually a tank type, so he does a lot of damage to me. And again, I misfire with that. It's very hard to control. I don't know how to stop it. That's a tough one. But regardless, I am dead. And we're going to go back for another revive, a little bit longer this time. Just noticing the map, I like how it takes elements from Namek and Dragon Ball. But, again, they're attacking our God of Destruction. We come in to try to stop them. They've already defeated the outer layer of the God of Destruction on above. And they're still trying to fight us, so I'm trying to take this guy out as much as I can, but he's doing a lot of damage, and I believe I am dead again. With that said, we've got already almost 5 minutes into the battle. As you can see, the timer's counting up. I believe there's a time limit of about 11 or 12 minutes. I go below because I've noticed that 2 of my teammates are going through the route above, so I try to mix it up and go below. But one thing that I didn't notice is that all the enemy gods of destruction are defeated on the level below. So after coming this way and encountering this Goku, I don't recall if I beat him. I doubt it. So at some point I'm gonna have to escape, which is, I guess I'm waiting for him to come out to hit him with the Ki-Ins on. Okay, it does some damage, which is good. Try to hit him with the solar flare, but he vanishes it. I'm getting dangerously low, and I try to do this attack again that always gets me in trouble. With that, I flee. I go into the clouds because it conceals me, and then I fly as fast as possible. A good thing about technical characters is that they're extremely fast, so they fly faster than most other characters. So I go into the God of Destruction to heal, but again Zeno gets there and starts bashing him with the hammer, so the healing stops. So I go to the above route to try to get that healing, and then go back down to protect the God of Destruction just in case that Goku comes back to try to attack him. But it doesn't seem like he is going to, and that's when I notice that all the gods of destruction below are already destroyed. So I go up to help my teammates, or attempt to help my teammates destroy this god of destruction above. But right as I come in, Zeno stops hitting the enemy god of destruction with the hammer, and when the god of destruction is free and you enter their territory, they just wipe you out. So I instantly died by Beerus there. So gotta be a little bit more observant there. Made a lot of mistakes in this round, but in general the premise is the same. Go for the enemy gods of destruction, protect your own god of destruction, and try to level up as much as possible. With that said, I'm absolutely getting hammered again, so I escape below, and I run into another enemy, right back into the Bojack, and I am looking furiously for my god of destruction to start healing me. I find him, I start healing up, and we're doing pretty well. They still have Well, we're actually tied at this point, almost. We've got 2 Gods of Destruction left. They have 2, but we actually defeat one there. So in this case, realizing that I'm constantly getting my butt kicked by the other players, I go to try to face off against the NPC. So when you destroy these particular high-level NPCs, they actually do damage to your enemy God of Destructions. So I'm attacking him as best as I can to hopefully do some damage to the enemy Gods of Destruction, the last one. But I noticed that he has actually defeated, and as you can see on the left, their enemy Dragon Ball is available. So I instantly abandon the Nappa for a chance to go and destroy their Dragon Ball shell so that we can win the match by collecting the Dragon Ball. And it pays off. It was a very close match, but our team won, and the MVP is, in this case, I think it's Deborah, but the one who grabbed the Dragon Ball was Caulifla. So, yeah, there you go. Pretty not a perfect match. There are definitely things that I could have done better, but overall, that's the strategy that is at play when it comes to this. So, you can see the different stats. You can see how many Gods of Destruction were defeated, how many opponents were defeated, and how many assists were made. You can also see more detailed stats. Here I'm going to look at the map log, so it just shows you where everyone was defeated, where most of the battles took place. So it was a pretty even match. So I'll go ahead and claim the rewards, get those hero memories, and then go back to the lobby for a different game mode. Next, we're going to go ahead and try the King of the Hill or the land grab mode. So I'll go ahead and boot that up. Change it to land grab. Not quick battle, land grab. And we'll go ahead and get started. It's the same process. I select any again just to get a varied perspective on different characters. So here, the same process. You click to join. When all 8 are joined, then you can start the match. This one, you'll notice, is a little bit different. It actually doesn't show you where you start and which direction you're going. At least I haven't found any information that helps with that. But in this case, I select Goku because I'm now the damage type, and I select Batamo. Batamo is actually really good in this game because he basically just bounces people out of the area. So for land grab, you'll see that can be a very helpful assist or helper character. So this match is actually for this one we actually lose. My team wasn't that great, but I do want to show it because there's some good interesting things to be learned from this. So in general, you start with a force field on off the bat, but you're just standing on these circles, and as the meter fills, then you seize that land. And again, when you come upon opponents, then you have to try to defeat them and then seize the land. If an opponent steps on it, then it stops the process. So here I go into the grass because you can actually ambush your opponents by going above into an area that is invisible. You can go around and flank them. So here, since they're fighting for the middle territory, I seize the territory closest to where they spawn because it's least what they would expect. I skip forward here because, as you can see, we are absolutely getting decimated with the score above. They are double what we have, so you have to get to 500 first. They got to it first, and we absolutely got whooped. So this is a second match. This is completely different. I do a rematch with a different team. This time I select Bojack. So in this case, I'm going to employ the same strategy as before. We're going to seize the land closest to our base, and then here I'm going to go above and try to flank the enemy. But as you can see, this is how I know that I have a good team this time. One of my partners is actually doing this strategy as well, and we are able to team up on that Goku and defeat him. And then we go to the enemy's flank, seize their land. After seizing it, I go back to hide, in this case waiting for someone to come. Notice that their land is seized, so I can ambush them. And it doesn't actually go as planned. So he flies the other way. I assume he was going the other way, but he comes back unexpectedly and he sees me in the grass. And multiple enemies come and team up on me, and I'm absolutely destroyed. And again, when you get hit, you get that hit stun. It's hard to get away. I should have moved upwards into the grass, but that's okay. So here I get an item. You can get items close to your base, and they can send helper robots to not necessarily seize the land, but kind of sit on the land to become a barrier for the opponent. So I go through the original route of just going to the middle land to try to seize, because at this point they already know that I am flanking them, and since they're most likely going to be guarding that area now, I mix it up, try to help my team with the middle land, and when this is conquered, then I'll go back to trying to seize their flank. But before that could happen, I'm actually running low on HP, so I try to retreat and grab another item to kind of assist just in case I die. At least that robot can sit somewhere. But after drawing the enemies towards the middle, I go back again for a flank again. Again, they don't expect it, so in this case I'm easily able to seize the territory. We're close, neck and neck, 300 and 220. But with that, again, my team, we have a good team this time, and they seized the middle land. And with the middle land, for a split second we had all three. But again, they spawned and they seized that territory closest to themselves, which is distracting them a little bit, allowing us to build up more time for the land closest to our base and the middle. At this point, they're almost giving up. They're not flanking us at all. We have the middle territory. We're almost at 500, so I just go all in, even though my HP is low, to try to attack them. But that is a victory. That is essentially the strategy that I deploy for this game mode, and we win. Again, the Krillin is the MVP in this case, which makes sense. He was on top of the strategy from the get-go. So unfortunately, I don't have any gameplay footage from the scavenger hunt in Pilaf's castle. I was playing it and I didn't realize I wasn't recording. I was having too much fun, so I won't have any gameplay footage of that. So please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching,